You know, rich people are a topic of conversation amongst the leps and the libs, the left and the libs, the leps. That's a new terminology that I'll be using nowadays. But Chloe, you know, with all of this news swirling around Mamdani being a total socialist there in New York City, turns out he's comes from a lot of money. How much money? I think we knew he came from money. I was unaware by how rich he was. All I've got to say is I wish my parents were rich enough for me to be a socialist, because that would mean I'm extraordinarily wealthy. Well, news is coming out about his wedding that happened in February in Uganda, where there were 20 armed security using cell phone jammers, super strict list. I mean, I don't know. I've been to my fair share of weddings. That's usually not the case unless the person is exceedingly wealthy. Chloe, why is it that all of the extremely lib, highly socialist people out there, especially in this country, happen to come from just an absurd amount of money?
Well, their playbook's socialist. I mean, there's nothing that differs from any socialist agenda ever in history than what these people are presenting to us. I mean, it's very obvious the man is a socialist, and it's sickening because honestly, I'm from Texas. I'm not a New Yorker, but I have grown to love New York over the past few months that I've been there. And I'll say it's absolutely sickening to see, you know, the idea of the city going even further downhill from where it is now. And with someone like that in office, it's going to be, you know, I don't want to say the fall of America. I think if Texas falls, we all fall. I think New York is already close enough, you know, that we can still hang on here. But the point being is that, you know, seeing New York, which is kind of like an image of Americanism, fall to a socialist Muslim is sickening to me. And so, I mean, I think it's very, very, it's not unusual for him to be a socialist and for him to be, you know, exceedingly rich, but it's sickening. That's all I can say about that.
You know, Mike, during that debate that they had, they all said what their rents were. And he was like, I live in a rent-controlled apartment and I paid this much. You know, I'm not poor, thank God, but I'm also not rich. I see that as I'm a rich person, Mamdani, rich person, cosplaying as a poor person. And to me, I go, dude, use the money you have. What are you doing? This is crazy. I mean, do you think that that sort of thing resonates with people? Is that why he's got so much traction? What's going on there?
Well, he's in the rent-controlled apartment in New York. And when I first heard that, I said, all right, this is some bum who's never had a job, or, you know, he's working, he came to the country and he's working middle income, trying to make it. He's a socialist. All right. And then I found out that he grew up and went to private school for $80,000 a year on the Upper East Side. And I said, he's stealing from the constituents that he says he wants to represent and help. He's literally stealing an apartment that should go to one of these people who are so desperately beat down that they want socialism. He should give up his apartment and go move in a $10,000 a month apartment on the Upper East Side where he belongs. It's a joke. And by the way, this wedding, okay, I bet you the food was really good. I don't know how the food is in Uganda, but I bet the food was pretty good. And I want to know if they all got equal socialist rations like they would at the government-run grocery stores that he wants to open up in New York City. Did they all get their little piece of bread and a little piece of chicken and bug-based pudding? You know, is it all equal? Was it socialist? I doubt it.
I think if it was a socialist menu there, nobody would have any food. They'd all be starving and probably very upset that, one, they had to go to Uganda, and two, there was no food.